We have an interesting story here. All right. So fill us in, cowboy.
So, beginning of the year, right at New Year's, we had some problems back in November. Wife says, I'm done. Get your stuff, get out.
Mhm.
She moves out. Everybody says it's got to get better. It's got to get better. My wife comes back. I go back to work and, things are going great. I end up breaking my neck at work. My wife decides a couple months later she wants a divorce. I said, okay, get out. I'm still going to be a good dad or try to be. I go to set up the deer stand and I get bit by a tick. I think, man, this has got to get better. It's got to get better. I go to the doctor and doctor says, well, now don't laugh too much, Rich. All right, you got to go see a urologist. It ain't getting better. I go to the urologist. He says, all right, my wife's been gone for 4 months now. I ain't had no action. I got a 6'4" dude pulling on my junk. He goes, we're going to have to lance this out. Next thing I know, I'm laying there and he sticks a needle in it. I scream. He cuts it out, says, that's not what I expect. I'm looking down. I go, are you kidding me? He goes, hang on. He pulls this machine over and he cauterizes it. I smell my own junk burning. It is the worst experience I've ever had in my life. And the last year just beat me down. That's when I found you. About 2 weeks after you closed your entrepreneurship. And I'm like, you know what? This is a dude I can follow. This is somebody I need to get behind. I need to work on myself. So I'm 44 years old. I'm 140 pounds. I work out every morning, and I just want to get better for myself and my daughter.
Mm. How old's your daughter?
She'll be 10 in April. I raised her two children. You talk about simping. I raised her two children 20 years from the time they were 2 and 4. I walked my oldest daughter back in October down the aisle, and her mother was the one giving the ministry, saying about how important marriage was as she's
Mm-hmm.
wanting a divorce.
Mm-hmm. That's
So yeah, my brother, I've had a rough year, but I will prosper.
well, like I said at the beginning, man, pain in a man's life is gonna happen. Suffering is optional. Sometimes when they cauterize your junk and you got to deal with that, a little bit of pain. But hey, day or two, just make sure you're not feeling filling a large burlap bag full of bricks to carry around. Because again, nobody cares, nobody gives a shit. Let it
Nope.
go. Work on yourself. Let your own success, let your own wins in life show your ex-wife or anybody out there that might have done you wrong, walked away when you're at a low point.
Oh,
That's
I've lost every friend I've ever had over this. So
your
it's
your best revenge is your own success.
well, I just got thanks to you, I got onto TRT, uh, giving that a whirl.
Good. You
It's
feel a
my
little more
first week. I'm
energetic.
still waiting for my kit in the mail from
Okay.
Victory Men's Health. So
Okay. It's a life changer for a lot of guys.
did you notice a pain in your
Nuts.
balls?
Yes.
Is that the HCG that I need to be?
That's what I found. I found that when you start with testosterone, it was about 3 weeks in, nuts start to hurt, and you're like, "What the hell?" You go to the doctor, and he's like, "Oh, that's just your nuts contracting because they're not making testosterone anymore. But I can give you this HCG, which will stop that." So I took it.
I'm gonna order it tomorrow.
Yeah. So that makes that go away. HCG is actually, I think it's more important than what a lot of guys want to acknowledge. They usually opt out of it because it's extra money, and a lot of guys will say, "Oh, you don't really need it," but HCG triggers luteinizing hormones, right? And you have these LH receptors, throughout your body, so they're supposed to be working. So you're kind of giving them something to start, to keep working, right? So it's like, you put your exogenous testosterone in, and then you kind of top it up with a little bit more of your own. Like that's what the point of the HCG is, right? To keep your nuts working.
Okay.
So I just feel better, and I prefer it overall.
Well,
So
that
that's
you're
my take.
microdosing with the oh, what are the little needles. I
Yeah.
watched the whole episode on that. I'm going to do that. But
Hmm.
a huge shout out to you and Rollo Tomasi. Listening to you guys has changed my whole perspective on this divorce, my shitty last year, and I'm going to try and become a better man.
Good for you, man. Call back when you do. Let me know how it works out.
All righty. Thank you, sir.
See you, buddy. I really hope you guys enjoyed that clip. If you want to watch the full-length podcast, you can find that over here, that clip's from. If you're newer to the channel, make sure you hit subscribe over here. And pin down below in the top comment, you'll find a bunch of useful links to my website, my supplement line, books, and a bunch of other stuff. Have an amazing day. Peace out.